see any of her t-shirt or no? Not yet.
It's live on YouTube now.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Sorry. I apologize.
She's okay with a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's totally fine. So we're live on YouTube now. Thank you everyone who's watching us online. We're very happy to have Madhvi Chittoor here with us.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Okay, so thank you. We have Madhvi, and she's a youth ambassador raising awareness on plastic pollution and also the founder of Madhvi for Ecoethics.
Yes. And how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Awesome. Sorry, my microphone almost fell. I hope that didn't hear very tough for everyone. Okay, so I would like to start with the first question, if that's okay with you. So everyone who's watching us can get to know you a little bit better. So could you please tell us how old you are, where you're based, and what your interests are?
So, hi everyone, I am Madhvi Chittoor, 9 years old. I live in Colorado, USA. I am an ecoethics advocate and change maker. My interests are music, writing books, and art. I am a music composer too. I play piano, violin, clarinet, and recorder. I released a music album called I Am Princess Genius with the name inspired by Beyonce's album called I Am Sasha Fierce. And it's available on Amazon.com, Apple, and Spotify. The album's title is the combination of titles of two songs in my album, Princess Song, my first composition, and Genius, which got social media recognition from Hans Zimmer, Lon Balfe, and National Geographic. This album empowers girls and girl power so that they can be both beautiful like a princess and smart like a genius. I'm also an award-winning author with 7 published books available on Amazon.com, Walmart.com, Apple iBooks, Scribd, etc.
That's amazing. Congratulations. You've accomplished so much at such a young age. I think of myself back then, and I was only, playing with toys. I wasn't really doing anything as important as you are. So congratulations for that.
Thank you. Thanks for the compliment.
So we know your focus is mainly plastic pollution. So can you tell us a little bit more about why you're interested in this issue and why it's such a big issue?
So plastic pollution is the most extant danger facing this whole planet Earth, including humans. By 2050, it is said that there will be more plastics than fish in the oceans. Plastics are not biodegradable or compostable. Recycling is a wrong term with reference to plastics. They can only be downcycled. Let me explain. A bottle cannot be made into a bottle again. It can be turned into a shoe or mat or something else. Among the 7 different types of plastics, types 6 and 7 cannot be recycled. Plastics are a burden to the landfill. They break down into microplastics and leachates which pollute our groundwater, water bodies, soil, and their manufacturing incineration cause air pollution too. This causes climate change. Climate change affects all and has no borders. Seabirds and aquatic animals mistake plastics for food and eat them, and that kills them. Also, the wildlife get entangled in plastic nets, plastic bags, straws, balloon nylon strings, etc., killing them and thus destroying ecosystems. Further, microplastics enter our food chain when we consume the aquatic animals with microplastics in their bodies. Thus, plastics are a health hazard. Hence, I am focusing on this issue.
Thank you so much. That was very interesting. I completely agree. Plastic is a very, very important issue, and it's great to see so many young people involved in it and learn about your story. So, could you now describe a bit about your project for us and what inspired you to start it?
So my current project is a global campaign to ban styrofoam, single-use plastic bags, and flatware, and glyphosate all around the world. And to urge all the prime ministers, presidents, and royals to come together to formulate a global plastic policy. Right now, 73 countries, including the USA, climate scientists like Michael Mann, Ed Maybach, Olga Speranskaya, Dr. Jane Goodall, former presidents, prime ministers, artists, and activists from around the globe have pledged support for my campaign. Currently, my campaign has 30,870 pledges from 73 countries all around the world. I urge all viewers to go to my website www.madhvi4ee.com/petition to pledge support and also look at the numbers. Also, all can join my campaign, including youth below 18. Plastic pollution is a global problem. Oceans supply nearly 60% of atmospheric oxygen. When plastics pollute oceans, it reduces the atmospheric oxygen levels, and the whole Earth is affected due to climate change. Climate justice is social justice, economic justice, health justice, and intergenerational justice. So that inspired me to reach out to all the people in different countries of the world to urge government heads to formulate a global plastic policy.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for such an inspiring answer. Now, going more into detail, I would like to know why you focused on the banning of styrofoam specifically. I know you're also focusing on other materials, but I would like to know more about styrofoam.
Okay, so I'm also known as a NoStyrofoamNinja. NoStyrofoamNinja is right on my shirt right now. Styrofoam is plastic 6. It is also a burden to the landfill, not because of weight, but because of volume. Styrofoam has a chemical called styrene, which is a health hazard and a declared carcinogen by the World Health Organization. When styrofoam containers are used, the styrene chemical leaches into the food and contaminates it. Also, when styrofoam containers have food residues, they cannot be recycled. There are now many alternatives to styrofoam like bagasse, paper, etc. Hence, to protect our ecosystems and health, I decided to focus on banning styrofoam.
Thank you. That's very interesting. I think the health impacts are not often talked about, and they're very important to mention. So I know you've achieved many great things at a very young age, and your work has been remarkable. Could you please tell us a little bit more about your journey?
Yes, thank you for your compliment, but there's still a lot more to do. So, when I was 5 years old, I wrote a book called Is Plastic My Food, which is available on Amazon.com. I worked with US Congressman Mr. Ed Perlmutter and governors of Colorado, Mr. John Hickenlooper and Mr. Jared Polis, to declare April as Plastic and Styrofoam Pollution Awareness Month in Colorado. My advocacy eliminated 7.6 million styrofoam trays from the landfill every year. In October 2019, I shared the stage and had lunch with Greta Thunberg. In September 2020, I met with the offices of Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Senator Bernie Sanders, and now VP Ms. Kamala Harris, and many others to discuss carbon reductions. In November 2020, my specific recommendations to protect surface, storm, and groundwater were implemented as rules by COGCC for the entire oil and gas industry. This is a real industry-wide change. It is a big win for the ecosystems, public, and myself. I am very, very happy about it. In May 2020, I received the Green Difference Award from Project Green Schools for my work to make schools greener. In September 2020, I received the Gloria Barron National Award for my service to the society and protecting the ecosystems. In December 2020, I got the award of Best Up and Coming Peacemaker by Peace Jam, backed by 40 Nobel Peace Prize laureates.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for telling us about your background, and we will go more into detail about the Peace Jam Award further on. But first, I would like to ask you, what your message to other young people across the world would be and what recommendations you would give to them.
So, my message for all young people in this world is to do these two things. One, they make every effort to lead an eco-conscious life. Well, by eco-conscious living, I mean making everyday choices where we reduce our impact on our environment, going zero waste. For example, we can use a hanky, as my grandma would call it, to blow our noses instead of a tissue. Use a reusable bag. Use reusable, long lasting, non polluting containers made of stainless steel, ceramic, etc. Number two, lending their voice, standing up and take action to protect our environment against any kind of polluters. It could be any big industry, business, any current law, etc., causing pollution. We are running out of time. There is no planet B. It takes time to bring about a change, but we must persevere to protect our ecosystems.
Thank you. I completely agree. I think these two key actions you give to the youth who are listening will be very important for them moving forward as they continue in their career as environmental activists. And I would also like to ask you what your message would be for world leaders. What do you think is needed to create lasting change?
So, my message to world leaders is honorable presidents, prime ministers, royals, and highnesses, please come together to formulate a global plastic policy to mitigate plastic use and its pollution that would protect ecosystems. Global action in global unison. Also, I implore all world leaders to implement circular economy policies and go zero waste.
Thank you. That would be amazing. Thank you for that message for them. And now I would like to ask you what your plans for the future are. What are some new projects you are looking into? Do you have any short or long-term goals that you would like to share with us?
Yes, so I'm an ecoethics advocate and will always fight for protecting our ecosystem and health from air, water, soil, and food pollution. In addition to seeing this current campaign to success, the future campaigns I plan to start soon are number one, bring EPA limits for hydrogen cyanide emissions. Number two, T-norm alarm. And number three, biz greenery, businesses planting trees along the perimeter of the land. Please check back my website for my ongoing campaigns, and I look forward to your support as well as the support of my listeners.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. We will definitely look into them in your webpage. Could you remind us your webpage so everyone who's listening can access?
Okay, so it is www.madhvi4ee.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's awesome. And now going back to these awards you were talking about, I would like to ask you about the award you received from Peace Jam.
So, in December 2020, I was conferred the award, the Best Up and Coming Peacemaker, by Peace Jam, backed by 14 Nobel Peace Prize laureates. The award was given by Nobel Peace Prize laureate Mrs. Shirin Ebadi from Iran. I was very happy that I earned this award because it recognized me as a change maker.
A big congratulations to you for earning that award. With all your achievements and all your projects, we are positive you deserved it. So a big congratulations to you.
Yes, can you please, before you go to the final question, just want to tell you the spelling of my name for
Yeah,
the
of
web.
course. Go
So
ahead.
that's Madhvi.
Mhm. Perfect. So just to repeat, your website is Madhvi.
The number four, capital ECO and then capital EPHICS.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm sure if they just Google your name, they will, a lot of things will come right up anyway. So, but thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure many people will find that very useful. And finally, I would like to ask you to share your final message with us.
So my final message is that for all to develop a phobia for all kinds of plastics, replace them with non-polluting sustainable products, and go to my website www.madhvi4ee.com to sign my global petition. Let's break free from plastic.
Congratulations, Madhvi. Thank you so much for being here with us. This was a very interesting session, and we were very happy to have the chance to speak with you. Thank you to everyone who's listening online, and we will continue having conversations like this with several remarkable youth leaders from around the world.
Yes, thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Anna. And